weekdays and 2 hours on Saturdays. WTIM AM, FM, and online is your ag information station. Listen by tuning in on air or online, and listen to WTIM Ag Podcasts anytime.
Your information station, WTIM.
You are listening to WTIM, your information station. We are now in the hours of our WTIM morning show. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. You can find us on Facebook at Taylorville Daily News or on YouTube at WTIM TV. You can find the live stream right there. In studio, we have Denise Evans, coordinator from Safe Passage in Taylorville. Denise, how have you been past couple of months?
Real good.
Really good to hear that.
Yeah.
Let's talk generally about Safe Passage. How have things been as the school year is kind of winding up right now? Summer kind of went down. Summer ended right there. But anything to note from Safe Passage?
Our numbers are still keeping up. We have about 20 a month that we admit to facilities.
Okay.
Of course, we talk to more than that, but this average about 20 a month.
Wow. About 20 local citizens getting services from Safe Passage, and that can be a wide variety of things, Denise. Let's just remind people out there of some of the things Safe Passage. Let's start. We can go from beginning to end there with Safe Passage. Will help you out on all steps of the way. Just talk to us about someone that walks in off the street.
Okay, they walk in off the street and tell us they have a problem with, say, meth.
Yeah.
They need help. They're tired of living like that. They lost their job. Families mad at them, won't talk to them. Maybe they've lost their kids to foster care. And they just, are tired of living like that. So we start with how long have you been using? How much do you use a day? And what like that. Then we would, call different facilities in Illinois and see if they have a bed opening that would fit their needs. If they do, I have drivers that will drive them to the facility, or we'll drive them ourselves. We keep in contact with them throughout their stay there. Usually it's 30, 35 days. Sometimes it can be longer. After which, if they don't have anything to come back to, they might want to go to sober living. So we find them a sober living place to stay. If they do come back, we get them into meetings. We have weekly meetings or nightly meetings here in Taylorville at the First Presbyterian Church. And then on Tuesday nights, we have CR. So Celebrate Recovery, where everyone can go to that. After they, get set up in meetings and everything, they'll find a sponsor. Someone that they can stay in contact with every day or whatever. If they need to talk, this person they can, be real close to and everything. Then they might ask, okay, I don't have any place to live. I'm living with friends. That's not good. Especially just coming out of a facility. You need to be pretty much by yourself and around people that are clean and not using. So we have a list of landlords we can call and keep in contact with, try to help them find a place. They might need a job. So we have a list of employers around town that we call, and they help us with the jobs. I've had them say, well, I really want to get my kids back and everything. Well, you can't just go to a facility for 30 days and then come home and expect to get your kids back. Right. That doesn't happen. Usually it's maybe about a year to where you could prove that you have a stable home and a job and everything like that for the kids to come back to. So we help them with a wide variety of different things, not just sending them off to rehab. Yeah. And then we stay in contact with them. I've been doing this for like 6.5 years now. And some of my very first people that we sent, they still call all the time. We keep in contact and that. So
we say a wide variety of services, but I'd rather say everything because,
Yeah.
from the treatment to your living situation to employment and getting your children out of foster care, that's, it's getting your life back together. Even medical. I mean, if people need medical attention.
Take them to the doctor here or give them a ride sometimes and find them doctors. Yeah.
It's the constant activity in their life, and you're reaching back out even when they're in treatment, even when they're past their safe passage years.
Right.
You keep in contact with these people.
And when safe passage first started, I don't think we realized we'd be doing all this.
Sure.
It just kind of came and they asked, so we're like, "Yeah, we'll help you." You know,
as things have grown, services have grown, and now landlords
Right.
are in the mix, and employers are in the mix. It's all such a great thing. So let's talk about funding for Safe Passage and how we can help out in the community. An upcoming event with Safe Passage here, Denise Evans. Let's talk about this a little bit. When, where, what is this?
Okay, November 16th at 6:00 at the VFW in Taylorville. The VFW is located right behind Ace Hardware.
Yes.
We're going to have an Italian beef dinner and silent auction. It's open for everyone to help us fund the program. And the dinner will be $15, but under 10 years old, it will be 10.
Cool. Okay.
No, under 10 years old, it will be $7. Okay. Then we'll have items that we collected from different businesses in Taylorville, and there'll be a silent auction.
Very cool. All righty. November 16th at 6 p.m. out at the Taylorville VFW. This dinner is
so we're hoping we'll get a big turnout for that.
Absolutely.
It takes a lot to run the program, and we've been very grateful to have grants for the last 3 years, and it was federal grant. That grant ran out. So when we reapplied for it, we got beat out by Chicago, a bigger place, and so we've been applying nonstop for like 3 months. So since June, Debbie and I have been kind of volunteering our time, but we still kept up with all the numbers and all the people and everything. So it's good.
Well, that's great. Even with the lessening of these grant funds, still able to keep up the amount of services you work. Safe Passage, totally grant funded. Does anything come from the city?
No,
all grant funded.
Right.
And from things like this from the community with this November 16th dinner at the VFW in Taylorville.
It's grant funded, and then we're also grateful to have donations once in a while from different businesses or maybe a family that we've helped or something. They might give us a little donation.
Awesome. Well, you've won me over with the Italian beef side of the dinner. I can really get behind that. That is awesome. You mentioned local businesses involved with this silent auction, just items around Taylorville. Do you know of any specifics?
We're going to start going, tomorrow. I was going to go today, but we're going to start going tomorrow and collect items, and they'll just be set up for display and bid on them.
Awesome. A lot of great things to get done on that night with Safe Passage. Well, one more time from me, November 16th at 6 p.m. the VFW in Taylorville. Dinner, fundraiser, silent auction there. It's going to be a really good night. Final wrap-up words for that night, or any places online, phone numbers we can call for more information. Do we need to register for it? I didn't ask that. Register. Do you need to register for the dinner at all, or can you just show up and
pay? Yeah.
Perfect.
Phone numbers. 217-777-0080. And of course, you can call the Taylorville Police Department, 824-2211, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Safe Passage stays active on Facebook, don't you guys?
Yes, we're on Facebook all the time. You can always find us somewhere, or you can just walk into the Taylorville Police Department and ask for us.
Always that option too.
Right.
The fail-safe option right there. You can walk in Taylorville Police Department, find Denise Evans, find Safe Passage and their services. Denise, got to take ourselves a break right now, but this is Denise Evans in studio, coordinator at Safe Passage in Taylorville. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host, and thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We'll be right back here on WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Could you use some extra cash in your savings account? Then you need to sign up for People's Bank and Trust Save by Spending Roundup program. I'm Jennifer Mathis from People's Bank and Trust. Simply use your debit card like you always do, and we will round up your purchases to the next dollar. The extra charge is then transferred to your savings account. There's never been an easier way to save. Call 888-PBT-1954 today to find out more. People's Bank and Trust. We put you and your savings first. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
WTIM on its many platforms, AM, FM, and online brings you Taylorville Tornado Football, boys and girls basketball, and playoff games of all teams. Tornado Sports on WTIM and stream live on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Are brought to you by Advanced Title Group, Nikes Floor Coverings, McClure Hellberg Insurance, all in Taylorville, and your farmer-owned dairy, Prairie Farms.
The purple and gold are coming your way. The Taylorville Tornadoes are gonna do it today.
Join us for a night of fun and community at the 36th Annual Christian County YMCA Auction, Home Sweet Home, on Friday, November 8th. Be our guest at the Pillars Event Center. Enjoy a silent auction, delicious hors d'oeuvres and cocktails starting at 5:30 p.m. Then get ready for an exciting evening with dinner and a live auction beginning at 7 p.m. It's a night you won't want to miss. $75 per person. Table seating limited to 8. Formal attire is recommended. Come help support our community.
Think about all that's important to you. Your family, your possessions, your future. This is Nicole Patrick from Country Financial. All it takes is one phone call to me, and I'll be there to help with insurance to protect what matters most and financial services that help you prepare for the future. Best of all, I will get to know you and find solutions for your budget for coverage you need at a price you can afford. Call me, Nicole Patrick, at 217-287-2332 to chat about your insurance needs today.
That sound reminds us winter is coming. As a mature adult, you don't want to deal with ice, snow, cold, slipping, and sliding. Get on the waiting list at Taylorville Estates Assisted Living. It's socialization with friends, riding the bus to local activities, have your own apartment, and 3 home-cooked meals every day. Get on their waiting list now. Enjoy the assisted living lifestyle and beat old man winter. Stop by or call Administrator Tony Clark at 824-2222, 824-2222. Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, encouraging independence, enriching lives.
This is Megan Lopez with Nesty's Burger Joint on the south side of the Taylorville Square. To see our menu, click on our icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
This is Shawlis Nagel, Executive Director at Kimmer Village in Assumption. To learn more about our services, click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
And welcome back into the WTIM Morning Show, this time with Denise Evans, coordinator at Safe Passage in Taylorville. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. That first half, we talked about an upcoming dinner and fundraiser on November 16th at 6 p.m. at the VFW in Taylorville for Safe Passage there. There will be a silent dinner, a silent auction, not a silent dinner, you can talk at the dinner, but a dinner and a silent auction there. It's going to be great to garner up some funds for Safe Passage. Talking more Safe Passage at the Taylorville Police Department, where you guys are located. There are some bins that you can find outside those doors, Denise.
Mhm.
What are these bins for?
Okay, the bins are for anyone who wants to drop off socks, gloves, hats,
Sure.
stocking hats. And I put a sign on it, and it says "Spread the warmth."
Love it.
So we got a few socks the other day, so we would like to have as many as we can get, and we're going to drop off the adult ones around the people homeless and give them socks and gloves, whatever. And then if we get any little kids, we're going to take those to school.
Awesome. There's Safe Passage once again, filling a need even before the needs even here, Denise, because the cold months are coming, and you've already had a pretty big donation with socks already this year.
Yeah, the other day we went out there, and there was 2 big plastic bags in it, and each bag had 25 pair of men's and women's socks. So that was great.
Gosh, the things a fresh pair of socks can do for you.
Right.
You know, out there in the community, if you're listening to this, and you know what a clean pair of socks can do. Imagine if you didn't have a pair of socks,
Right.
and how that can change your outlook and your motivations there. And even sweatshirts, drop off of sweatshirts too.
Sweatshirts. We had some kids' sweatshirts dropped off the other day, and I think that's a Taylorville Tornadoes. So we're going to drop those off at the one of the schools and give to the principal to hand out to them.
Just icing on the cake there being Taylorville Tornado, sweatshirts. You can donate any type of sweatshirt, but that's going to make a kid, it's going to give him a sweatshirt to keep, but it's also going to, let him be amongst his peers in Tornado
Taylorville's
swag.
been very good about helping us out with Safe Passage. We really appreciate it. And we're always needing help. And I feel like sometimes we're always asking for things, but this program is only ran off of donations.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't want you to feel bad about asking for things. In the community, we see the benefit of Safe Passage, and it's really easy to understand the services you guys provide. And the giving community of Taylorville, like you mentioned right there, that's just citizens showing up time and time again, especially for the spread, the warmth. I mean, socks already, sweatshirts already, it's only going to increase, hopefully, with this conversation here, and as people continue to drive past that. And was that an idea you had this year, just to put those bins out front? I know you guys collect every year.
I know. I just came up with it.
Take matters into your own hands a little bit.
I went and bought a couple of waste cans and plastic waste cans set out there. So
I know you guys do coats for kids, or maybe I could be thinking of something different there, but you're involved with these types of donation programs yearly. So that's just another really great way for the community to get involved there with Safe Passage. Denise, let's talk a little bit about volunteering, helping out with Safe Passage, because there are some opportunities for that with you. Where can we help out?
We're always looking for volunteers to drive.
Cool.
After we get the client in the office and find them a place to go to one of our facilities, then we will call a driver and ask the driver to drive them there. We can't pay cash, but we do give Casey's gift cards for gas. They'll cover their gas.
Great incentive there, and it covers gas for you, and it makes the trip worthwhile right there, driving people to any type of need right there. It could be a treatment, it could be any type of medical visit, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Whatever we need.
Absolutely.
So we did have one. We went to a different facility last week that I had never used before, and this lady came in, and she was a veteran. And so, we thought, well, we've got VA. I wonder how that works, because I know they go to the doctor or something. She contacted them, and then I contacted them, and there is a facility for this in Danville. So we got her in and drove her there, and it's great. It's a beautiful place, and theirs is a little bit different, which is, I like it better than some of the other facilities that we have to use through the state. Their minimum stay is 45 days instead of 30 and 28. So stay 45 days with the incentive of after 45 days, if they still feel they need it or whatever, they can stay longer and like up to a year.
Wow.
Okay, after they're there for just a couple of weeks and it gets settled, they will find them a job around the facility.
All through the VA, this VA. Wow.
And when we left her there last week, we were walking out, and there was a guy there. He was a patient, and he started talking to us, and he said he'd been there for 30 days. He loved it. And he said, he just got a job there. And I said, oh, what are you doing? And he said, mopping the floors. He said, but I get $15 an hour. So they pay him, to do that. So it's good. He said, after I leave, they'll help me find housing.
That's it.
And everything.
Amazing. I'm so glad that's just another good partnership there, and another good opportunity for patrons with Safe Passage.
So now every time I get a client in, I'm going to ask them if they're veterans, so we can maybe use that.
Absolutely. Denise, we are totally out of time, but I thank you for coming in today and talking.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Great.
Denise Evans, coordinator at Safe Passage in Taylorville, here on the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for tuning in.
Deep Blue, New York City. Mr. Trump saying it was great to be back in New York. Democrat standard bearer Kamala Harris pitching to the base in Philadelphia